Hey, everybody, welcome. All right, welcome everybody tuning in through TikTok. Hope you're doing well. If you have any trouble hearing or seeing me, you can switch over to YouTube at Ask Ivy. Welcome everyone tuning in through YouTube. If you're having any trouble hearing or seeing me, you could switch over to TikTok at Ask Ivy. All right, welcome everyone on Facebook and Instagram. And again, if you guys are having any trouble hearing me on Facebook or Instagram, switch over to YouTube at Ask Ivy. Ultimately, I'm always trying to transfer people from those other three platforms to YouTube because in the upcoming years, this is where I'm going to be spending the majority of my time. This is the channel I am most focused on building. Okay, I prefer their ethical code of conduct. They have some. They're not perfect, but they're the best out of the four options. And TikTok has been crippling my account for the last year and a half. For those of you who follow me, I have over 1 million followers, but it shows it at under 350,000. And every day they're taking away my active followers. They've been doing this for a long time. So I plan in time to get off TikTok. Okay. So everybody, also on Instagram and Facebook, if you're not familiar, I will be getting off that both platforms entirely June 26th due to their lack of ethical code of conduct in regards to the Stop Hate for Profit campaign and things like that. Okay, so you can check out my feed to better understand what that's all about. But I hope to see you guys ultimately here on YouTube at Ask Ivy. All right, so we have Positive Pink, Brittany, Tamara. We have a few people tuning in here and a bunch more on TikTok. That's what I can see from where I am. If you guys could please give me a thumbs up, let me know that you can hear and see me all right. And looks like I'm having some problems here on TikTok. Let me see if I can fix it. Try not to break anything. Okay, do the best I can. All right, while we're waiting for a few people to tune in, do you want to make a couple quick announcements? I have my summer sale running right now, so it's 10% off all classes, all services with me. That's readings and healings until the 4th of July. Check it out. Also, if you guys are looking for a great Father's Day gift, I have gift certificates set up for paranormal tours. Maybe your dad's into history. He can come for a historical tour of the 1800s Victorian funeral home here in Dunkirk. He may also really appreciate a reading or a healing. We tend to overlook dads, men in our lives and think, oh, they wouldn't be into that. Yes, they are. And they desperately need it. Okay. So give dad a gift that he needs and will actually appreciate and love. All right, then we have coming up walk-in night, our monthly virtual psychic fair. Virtual, meaning from the comfort of your own home. This is Saturday the 25th, 9 p.m. Eastern, showcasing, like every month, students and graduates of the Ivy League Psychic Academy for $15. You get 2 readings, 2 healings, a reading and a healing. You can mix or match. We do tend to sell out, so you do want to get your tickets in advance. All right, so that's up on the website. The website, ivyriverapsychicmedium.com, is above or below, depending on where you are tuning in tonight, in the description box for those tickets. Then we have myself. I will be at a couple different locations coming up if you want to come see me in person and enjoy an event. I'll be at Margin Manor Winery on July 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. That's in Appleton, New York. And I will have with me, I believe, 4, maybe 5 other certified light workers from my Ivy League Psychic Academy. It's a great event. It's called Psychic Sundays. And we're going to be giving readings and healings there. You can also do like wine tasting and check out the hauntingly charming location at the Margin Manor Winery. If you've never been out there, you have to come out and see the space and the land. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so again, that's July 10th. Then I will also be for the 4th of July out in Dunkirk at Memorial Park. I'm going to be there for the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th for the 4th of July celebrations. I'll be doing 10-minute readings at $25. That's going up on the website tonight if you want to pre-book yourself, or I'll be taking walk-ins. We'll be doing walk-ins at Margin Manor as well as myself at the 4th of July. Okay, so again, that's the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, and I believe that information is all up on my website calendar if you want to come see me there. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is July 16th. So for July 16th, I've set up 3 different events here at the Victorian Funeral Home. So the headquarters of the Ivy League. You guys can come for the self-guided tours, which have been a huge hit. And we have an open circle. For those of you who've been following me for a while, you may remember back pre-COVID, I used to do this thing called open circle. It was $10. You would come, be around the like-minded. It's a spiritual development class. You would get to ask me a question and we would all discuss, okay, as an open group. Sometimes we'll be doing this down at the beach. It's 2 blocks from the house. If weather's not good, we'll be doing it here in the location. And for that first one, I do plan to do it inside. So we're doing open circle also July 16th at 9 p.m. And then we are back with the paranormal tours. The first set were such a huge hit. I've decided to do it about every 6 weeks. So you can get your tickets for the paranormal tours. I'm doing a 10 o'clock session and an 11 o'clock session. Each group gets 12 people. So if you have a bunch of friends you're planning on doing this with, don't wait until the last minute to get your tickets. I would hate to see you guys divided up. All right. So 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock paranormal tours are now open and you can get your tickets. Also, I am converting officially this place into an Airbnb. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. We're going to find out. How much trouble could it possibly be, right? There are always like already a million spirits living in here. So it's not like I'm ever alone. So this is now going to be an Airbnb where you can come and get like a reading. You may be able to get like a Reiki session. You will not have access to all 4 floors, but you will have access to the main floor and whatever your room is. So you may want to come and check that out. I am also opening up an opportunity for people who want to bring their own investigative team, paranormal teams, people who enjoy doing this as a hobby. If you wanted to come but not have to deal with the public during one of the public tours, you want to just do your own thing, you can now book that as well. All right, so check it out. Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. Again, that link is above or below, depending on where you're tuning in and where the description box is. All right, looks like we have a bunch of people, and I do have some thumbs up that my audio and video is looking pretty good. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Oh, and the wall behind me, I'll explain it on an upcoming video. I'm exposing all the fireplaces in this building, and it's been quite a journey. Was not positive what was behind this wallpaper and this plaster, but it is in fact another fireplace. So check out the video that's going to be coming out here in a couple days. All right, so today's class, okay, health and spirituality. I do want you guys to post your questions and your comments. I'm having allergy issues tonight, so bear with me. But all my classes are interactive, so I encourage you guys to post your questions and comments. I will be getting to them at the end. My beautiful producer, Mairead, will be taking them and popping them up on the screen. Also, anytime I say something that really resonates with you guys, if you could please leave a comment and give some feedback. It does also help boost this video in the algorithm, okay? All right, so welcome everyone. I'm Ivy Rivera. I'm a psychic medium, a Taino Arawak, and I own a school called Ivy League Psychic Academy where I train people internationally online, and we are slowly getting back to in-person in everything, ranging from psychic mediumship development to tarot, astrology, numerology. We train children as well as adults. You name it, we do it. So we hope to see you for the classes. Go to ivyleaguepsychicacademy.com. What you've caught here tonight is one of my bi-weekly free mini classes. I've been putting out 1 to 2 free mini classes per week since the pandemic hit. It's called the Quarantine Series. And if you go onto my YouTube channel at Ask Ivy, you can go up into the playlist under mini classes and watch all of them. tonight's mini class is on health and spirituality. This is one of the classes you guys voted on in the poll I recently put out, and this ranked pretty high. So hopefully this is going to help you guys tonight. And again, if I don't get to some of the ideas that you were having or questions that you wanted to have answered, post them and I will be getting to them at the end of class. So health and spirituality, how are they connected? I want to talk about a couple different aspects here. I want to talk about your health and your past lives. I want to talk about when you decide to ignore your health and the repercussions that can come from that. And I want to talk about your karma and health. So let's start with health and past lives. You can absolutely be born into this life with health problems that you carried over from a previous life. Now, many people say to me, why on earth would anyone choose to come to this planet as a human and suffer with a health condition? Well, we choose all kinds of things that we have to suffer with. Nobody comes free and clear. So maybe other people are suffering with health or money issues. Maybe they are completely impoverished their entire lives, right? Maybe other people are suffering with abusive love partners or death and loss of their children and those closest to them. I mean, we have to kind of pick and choose, okay, the whatever evil it is that we want to have to battle with. And that is because life in itself is not an experience of just joy and celebration and rainbows and butterflies. The human experience is a choice that we as spiritual creatures come here to experience in order to level up, to grow, to learn lessons, to master certain things. And the difficulty of coming to Earth is with huge benefits if you can learn these lessons, alchemize, and master these skills. So it's not like going into maybe like other planets or having other lessons and growth experiences on the other side in the light in the fifth or the sixth dimensions. This is a different type of an experience, and you did in fact choose it. Now, what happens when we sign our life contract before we come to Earth, and you can book a life contract reading with me at any time. It'll match your Vedic or Western astrology as well as your numerology. When we sign a life contract, we agree to do certain things. We agree to get involved in certain relationships. We agree to certain lessons and work. And often what we see is that a health problem can be incorporated into a life contract because it was left over from a previous life. Now, why would we do that? Well, it's an indicator that you didn't complete the task. So there are a lot of different reasons that can happen. But let's just say the most common reason is that you were not able in that previous life to alchemize the negativity, the hardship, the pain, the discomfort of that health problem from negative to positive. And because it wasn't properly alchemized, you have residual lessons to learn from it or work that you're meant to do with it. I also see that, and people don't always love hearing this until they're ready, but sometimes we pick something like a health problem that we had in a previous life because we are incredibly strong with the power that it's given us in helping other people to accomplish what they need to accomplish, in helping us in our leadership positions in the world, helping us to be the true light workers that we came here to be. And ultimately, it's just a power position. So if you ever really get to know someone who has a disability, a disease, we would find that these are some of the strongest, most beautiful, phenomenal people that we ever meet. Now, that doesn't just happen by accident, okay? It's not just like good luck that they have with that. They have manifested that for themselves. They've done the hard work, and we can learn a lot from anyone who has suffered with some type of disease or disability. So health issues are, we could say, one of the biggest opportunities that we have as spiritual beings that come as human beings to Earth to level up in a major way. And so when we look at having a health problem, we want to understand that it could be connected to a past life. And we want to understand that if it isn't, it is possibly something that we fit into our life contracted. I just say it's contracted. It's contracted. What does that mean? Well, you're supposed to be using it. It is again, I'm not diminishing anyone's pain or discomfort or the struggle. We all have it in some area, but I know this one is particularly difficult. It is a huge opportunity, whether you see it that way or not. Okay, so one of the things I always say is that when we come to Earth as a light worker or we come to Earth as a healer, that's in our contract. We tend to be born into these types of situations, health problems, abuse, neglect, difficult, marginalized, whatever it is. And these are definitely hard tasks that we have to carry with us. But again, you want to ask the right questions. You want to ask how you can alchemize it, how you can convert it from negative to positive. What lessons am I supposed to be learning from this? And also, how can it make me stronger? Where is my power in dealing with this health issue? And ultimately, don't ever forget you're not done until you get to the point where you can say, how can I give this out to others and be of service? Okay, through my strength, my wisdom, my knowledge. Even if you don't feel strong or knowledgeable or wise in it, it doesn't mean you're not supposed to start giving it out. So we also see sometimes that we have health problems from a past life, but not because we had the same health issue in a past life. It can come from past life trauma. So, for example, if you were born here in this life and in a past life you drown, okay, say you were on the Titanic, you may have chronic lung issues. You may have respiratory problems. If you were in your past life a soldier and you got shot in your, in your arm, and that actually led to your death or chronic problems in your health, throughout the rest of your life. You may have some issues with people approaching you from the right side of your body. You may have trouble sleeping because you always feel like something's going to sneak up on you and attack you. You may have chronic injury to that particular part of your body, or, scars or birthmarks. All kinds of things that happen to us in a past life, if they're not resolved yet, can manifest in this life as health problems. What do you do about it? I recommend Reiki. I think Reiki with the right kind of practitioner who's actually listening can be absolutely phenomenal. Everyone I train here at the Academy is skilled in paying attention to past life trauma as a block in this current life and helping you to remove that. Now, we can't do it for you. We can't just go in as Reiki practitioners and be like, oh, I pulled all this out. You're good to go. You still have to work through the process, but we can certainly assist you in getting that flow going and keeping the momentum up. You may also want to look at your past life history through your dreams. So, dream analysis, an obsession of mine, is a huge gateway to figuring out what exactly you have going on in your life and figuring out how some of your current health problems are connected to your past lives is something that gets really easy when you're asleep. It's just like you're watching a movie play out. So journal all of your dreams. Check out my dreams class up on the website where I help you get in touch with your Akashic record guide. Your Akashic guide holds all of your past life information. So at any point you could sit with your Akashic and you can ask, show me if my current health problem is connected to a past life. I also think that it's really important to understand, again, your life contract and your astrology, your numerology, and to understand whether or not this is something that is contracted to you lifelong, or if it's just sort of a temporary thing. I don't want to say like a bump in the road, but could it be something that you're only going to have for a designated period of time? And this is on deadline. And during that time, you really need to alchemize and learn the lessons. But it's good to know time frame on these types of things too. Okay. Especially because they're distressing. All right. So I want to talk about area number 2. Okay. And that is ignoring your health problems. Now, we see that whether we're having mental, emotional, energetic spiritual, problems, we tend to stuff them down, especially who's tuning in here from America. Okay. There's almost like no room to deal with being a human being, like a spiritual creature here in America, because you just get eaten alive. There's no room to take a break. We are now going through the awakening, and we are birthing a revolution to create a safer environment for us to live. But most of us have been raised up generation after generation to abandon all of that. And especially those of us that are minorities, are native, we have LGBTQ, okay, marginalized, whatever it is. We have been taught not to take time to focus on our energetic, mental, emotional, spiritual state, because it makes us very vulnerable. And we're told that, we're kind of outnumbered. So there's this sense of having to dare to do it. And this is where self-love and self-care really comes in as a luxury. And we have to learn to do it unapologetically. So we have to be able to focus on our mental, emotional well-being, our spiritual, our energetic, and not poo-poo it and blow it off as though it's something insignificant. And when we continuously do that, we develop health issues. And there's a lot of research done on, just look, even if you don't believe in anything, I say about this today, just look at the research that has been done on stress alone and how it manifests into health problems. So, you could say the science is backing it 100%. If you have mental problems, you have emotional distress, this is eventually going to manifest as health problems. And what we cannot do is continuously ignore it or act as though our health will improve or the way we feel will improve when our circumstances around us change. It is not within universal law for that to happen. Universal law says that you have to manifest the change and the bettering and the higher vibration on your own in order to see your circumstances change. So not to be like a total wet blanket, but it's entirely possible that the harsh circumstances you're in aren't going to improve. You still have to take care of your health. You still have to get the upper hand and take power over this situation. And the universe supports that fully. Okay. So make sure you are holding yourself accountable. I also want to say that when we go through a spiritual awakening, a kundalini, we have a download. Anybody have any of these? Does anybody remember your last kundalini awakening or download? Okay, post in the comment section. I love reading about these. And confirm or disconfirm for me, this doesn't happen every single time, but often. You will notice that after your awakening, you stop wanting to pollute your body in the same way that you did. You may not only cut off like toxic people that you now see clearly because you don't like the way their energy is negatively affecting you. You may also stop smoking, stop drinking. You don't have a taste for the certain drugs the same way that you used to. You may stop eating meat. You may really alter the way that you take care of your body when in the past it never even occurred to you. So maybe now, like, you're working out regularly, you're eating all kinds of vegetables, you're juicing. All of a sudden you have to have a juicer, top of the line juicer, right? You're all about your water and your lemon water. It's like, where is this coming from? I went from having literally, it's ridiculous. I look like a pharmacy, right? I would take like maybe a multivitamin Flintstone chew, like through my 30s. I don't know what happened. At some point I went through an awakening right like leading into my 40s. And it was like, okay, now I'm on like 5 vitamins. And now it's like 20 vitamins like sprawled across my countertop. What used to fit in one bucket is now like half my kitchen. And I'm like, all right, I don't have a problem with it. It's working in my favor for sure. But like, I'm just acutely aware of what my body needs. And when I'm around other people, I'm aware of whether or not they're taking care of their bodies. And people, even like being out dating again, I changed so much in recent years that I'm not even drawn to people who don't take care of their bodies anymore. I don't care how hot you are. I don't care how skilled you are in your career, how much money you have, how much you want to travel. We want the same things. If you're not taking care of yourself, I'm just turned off, So it really does change you in a profound way. And We need to honor every awakening that we have and really ask why it is that we're changing. Our tastes for things in regards to our body and our health are being altered. It is important. I want to talk also about, and this is the last one, and then I'm going to get on to your questions and comments. I want to talk about karma and health. So, nobody's going to like to hear this. When you treat your body like a dumpster, you're going to have negative karmic kickback. I don't make the rules, but you cannot disrespect your own energy and expect to keep reaping healthy benefits from the universe. There is universal law. Universal law is set in place. Now, we don't have anyone sort of breathing down our necks about it, but we do have guides and ancestors and our higher mind that are with us all the time, nudging you in the right direction. Don't eat that second Big Mac. Don't getting the diet soda isn't going to help to, null and void the fries that you got. You have to make sure that you're being mindful on a daily basis of how you treat your body. And when you feel that you have health problems arising, it's important that you deal with it accordingly. Now, I'm not into big pharma. I'm not into medical. And we live here in America in a for-profit medical system. I am all against it. Trust me. But you should be looking at something, okay? Holistic, alternative energy work. Do something for your health when you notice something is going on. So be proactive and maintain good health and correct it as quickly as you can. Now, the universe rewards you for these things. And it's not always, something that we talk about. We tend to think of manifestation and law of attraction and good karma as being something that we get for actions that we take out in the world, but not so much what we do for ourselves. And again, this is how the light working, spiritual community is still highly influenced by capitalism and the patriarchy. So we have to understand that what we do for us can sometimes bring the biggest benefits, but we just don't think of it that way. If you can start to actively and consistently, okay, alter the way you care for yourself, your eating, your drinking, the way you respond to any health problems that you have, even something like treating yourself to receiving energy work from someone else or giving yourself energy work on a regular basis, I guarantee your manifestation and your law of attraction abilities are going to kick in and amp up. And with this, we see bigger opportunities within your life contract, not only the opportunities themselves that are written there, reaping bigger benefits for you, but things can speed up. When I talk about time, I talk a lot about deadlines. And I often say, well, things with this issue need to be accomplished at this time. But what I don't talk a ton about is how things can be sped up and come in faster to your life. Because even though things are destiny charted in this area, you still have free will. And when we use our free will wisely, we speed up the process. So if you've been feeling that your life is stagnant in some way, kind of like your health, okay, you may want to focus more on this area and watch what happens. Huge rewards from the universe for sure. Now, what happens, if you're not taking care of yourself again, and I'm going to leave it on this note, even though nobody wants to hear it, you may be seeing a complete stagnancy in your ability to manifest. You may see that your prayers go unanswered. You may have no favor in the universe. Law of attraction is definitely going in the opposite direction for you, and you have a lot of negative karmic kickback. So check this area out and take it seriously, okay? There's a reason it doesn't come up, especially here in America, enough, because there's money to be made off keeping us sick, okay? So be smart about the influences, the program, where you are right now and where you really need to be. All right, I want to move into questions or comments. Who do we want to go to first? Mairead, my beautiful producer, can pop these up. Oh, somebody asked about church also. Yes. So for those of you tuning in here through like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you probably can't see the feed on YouTube. I'm assuming church is back and we start back up next Sunday. So we'll see you guys for Roots Revival Interfaith. We are on summer hours. So that's 9:30 p.m. Eastern back here. All right. Thanks for asking. I forgot to announce that. Okay. What's our first question, Mairead, or comment? All right, so Laura Baker says, I was just thinking that food is a huge kundalini. Junk food that I loved now makes me sick. I just want vegetables. Oh my gosh, so true, so true. And so I would say this too. I had a pretty interesting kundalini, I want to say, last winter. And I noticed that after that, it was really easy for me to cut out carbohydrates, chocolate. I'm a cake junkie. I'm a bread junkie. I will eat bread 24/7. And like I was just able to kind of leave it and I can just grill something light and have some vegetables and really feel full. And I've never been like that my entire life. So I understand exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, we got to just run with that because that's a huge opportunity to get our bodies that clean. Wonderful. Do we have any more questions or comments? I see Stephanie here says, what is Roots Revival? Roots Revival. Oh, okay. I guess we're popping that one up too. Perfect. Roots Revival Interfaith is the church that I started several years ago. If you guys go onto my YouTube channel here at Ask Ivy, you can go up into the playlist under Roots Revival Interfaith. You can also download Roots Revival anywhere that you receive a podcast. You can do the same thing with the Ask Ivies and the classes. But Roots Revival is the religion that I created based on the three truths in the universe, which is intuitive intelligence, astrology, and numerology. Okay, we have another one from Stephanie Mitchell. I'm currently starting my path of trying a healthy, clean, more organic lifestyle. Okay. I think this is like, that's a lot. Good for you. And I think that we need to be patient with ourselves too. When we start something that is expensive and it's kind of strict, sometimes we can feel like we're sort of losing it. But in the beginning, you have to remember, like setting any other kind of routine or new habit for yourself, the first 3 weeks, even 3 months, tend to be very difficult, so try to be compassionate with yourself as you do this. And I just want to say, like, just don't stop, do it as much as you possibly can. And even when you can't get that organic, try to get something like that. I think a great way to sustain this is to get out as much as you can to like farmers markets, support local, take drives out to the country, drives out to Amish country. They're super fascinating. And, make a thing of it. Buy up as much as you can when you can. And, don't be shy to freeze stuff. Good for you. Do we have another one? All right. So we have from Jordan on TikTok. If someone already has a great life, does that mean they completed all of their past lessons? Well, it sounds like you're looking at someone else's life and you're making an assumption. People can have great experiences in life, but that doesn't mean that they're without problems. Nobody comes to Earth without problems. So it sounds like you're making a real generalization about someone's life experience that is inaccurate. You probably don't know the depth of the trauma, the pain, I hate to say it, but probably experiences they're going to have in the future where, they're going to get hit hard. Nobody comes here free and clear. There are people who come here on their last life, and it can seem as though they have a lot of wisdom. They're a really old soul. They seem to pick up on things real easy without training or previous knowledge. That does not mean that they haven't gone through the ringer in all of their other past lives. And even with those people, it doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't born into a lot of struggles. So, I would say that no, once we complete all of our lessons here on Earth, we don't come back here. And once we've graduated, we can pass. And I think too, this is an interesting topic. You guys let me know in the comment sections if you want me to do a super creepy mini class on this. But a lot of people are afraid to sort of graduate. A lot of people are afraid to evolve. A lot of people are afraid to embrace the lessons and their own power in life because they think as soon as they do, they're actually going to die. That's like their big lesson. That was their big reason for coming here. It's not 100% inaccurate. But we don't come here just to have fun. So if it looks like someone's, finishing up their lessons, they may be exiting soon and they may not have to come to the earth plane again at all. Other lessons that they have to do, they may be able to do on other planets or in other dimensions and in other ways. Life here on earth is certainly not it. Okay. That's sort of a long answer. Roundabout answer. I think it's a very interesting topic though, for sure. So yeah, you guys let me know if you want me to do a mini class on that. Okay, we have another question. Oh, we are at time. Okay, thank you very much. Mairead, my beautiful producer, thank you so much for always being so organized and helping us all out. I do want to invite you guys to check out then next week, Wednesday. We are back to my Wednesday schedule, Ask Ivy Show, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, where I take your personal questions and I deliver out messages from Spirit. You guys can check out, again, all of the mini classes here on YouTube at Ask Ivy, up in the playlist, or anywhere that you download a podcast. See you guys next week. Thanks so much for tuning in.